What a pleasure. I'm here today with Karuna, and Karuna is going to be sharing some wisdom and information with some questions I'm asking during these stressful times. And my name is Cary. How are you today, Karuna?
Hey, Cary. I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. One of the questions that's come up for some people I know is structure. And if structure is as important as spending time with the family.
Oh. Are they different?
They're kind of thinking about, how their kids are in school generally. And with the kids out of school, it seems like some parents are really structuring their day instead of kind of flowing with it.
Oh, okay. So that's probably a residue of their normal lives anyway, right? Or what they call their normal lives. And I was just thinking, I don't know if I have the exact answer for that, but what popped into my mind when you were asking me was being clear on what our values are around family and children. So I have a bias, and my bias is always relationships are the most important. So, if I think structure's fine, it's good, but are you imposing a structure that's damaging a relationship with your kids, connecting with your kids? And I think it's probably a question for people because they just don't normally do that during the day or during these times. So, I don't think it's an either or. I don't think, either structure is good or structure is not good. I think it's a both and I think it's a part of the family culture. Some family cultures are less structured than others, right?
Sure.
I'd say fundamentally during this time in particular, I think all of us have to look at, are we developing a connection with our kids and our spouses, partners, or are we keeping the distance through structure? Keeping some separation through structure. Again, structure's not bad or good. It has a good side to it, no doubt. But if it's imposed because getting in the way of connecting with people, I just have a bias that connecting is going to be more important than structure if it's an either or.
And maybe you could follow that up with anything on having the time with the family that was unexpected. And I know most families aren't used to homeschooling and kind of that 24-hour vacation at home, but not really a vacation. Are there any words we could think about with this kind of situation?
Yeah. Well, I think you hit it on it. It is a lot of how we story it, right? How we describe it. Someone said to me, "When am I going to get out of jail?" And I thought, wow, that's really a sad description. Of course, he feels in jail because he's not used to just slowing down and not doing things. So that is tough for people to recalibrate. And maybe they've never, ever just having been, pausing, right? Pausing looks like non-productive, doesn't it? And so we got to fill our time. And this is the challenge, I think, for all of us. The sort of neurotic sense of having to fill time and be purposeful. But if we really analyze and look at, well, what are we talking about purposeful? If it's yard work, or is it, all this busy stuff and watching the news on the internet or on TV? Purposeful, we have to get a little more clear and think, well, purpose of what, right? It's not just about being purposeful. There's a lot of that's just being busy. It's about being productive in a purposeful and a beneficial way.
Yes.
Then takes us to a discussion of, well, what does it mean? What is beneficial? Yeah, that's a philosophy, isn't it? That's a philosophy. So I always ask people what their I check what people's philosophy is of happiness. And it's interesting, if you ask people this question, you really listen, a lot of times people they have an answer, but they've never been asked. So people say, oh, well, purpose is, my philosophy in life is, take care of my family, get a successful job, and end up living in a nice neighborhood, and, spending time with my kids. That becomes the description of philosophy of life. And so, or there's other things like getting ahead, or really, really work on my career, my purpose, so I can make lots of money, so I can retire early, and then I can travel. And we have later on, not today, but we can talk about whether those philosophies have some holes in them. Which, of course, I just preempted it by saying it's a rhetorical, it's a biased question. I do think it has holes in it. And so also, if we think about it, people's philosophy, if their philosophy is about creating achievement, like especially for men, I don't want to just say only men, but a lot of times men feel their purpose in life is what they achieve, their successes. But what happens when you're told to be on lockdown or settle, staying at home? What is that? So your purpose of life is kind of disappearing because you're not being productive, you're not working through. So these are times when we can really do some reflection on what it is that we're putting meaning into. So again, a big topic and worth exploring.
Okay.
Might get depressing.
Yeah, it could get enlightening as well.
Yeah, hopefully that's where we end up.
Okay.